Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well, everybody is staying safe. Big up on yourself every time. So I always wanted to draw the Lofi Hip Hop girl, which is really ironic because I'm always listening to the Lofi Hip Hop playlist while I'm doing my drawings. I started by mixing red and yellow paint together to get the skin tone. Now this was a little difficult for me. I really didn't like the original color that I got from mixing, but I decided to just go ahead with it and make it my first layer. And then when it dried down, I would go over it with a darker color just to add more definition and highlight to the face. So I went on YouTube and I was searching for some artists that did this drawing, and then I came across someone who did a painting, and I thought it was really cool, so I got the inspiration and decided that I was going to do a painting as well. I'm not a professional painter in any way. This was actually my second ever painting, and I find that I really enjoy painting, so I really want to grow and get better. So I will be painting a lot more. I have been painting a lot more since this painting. More than anything, I just wanted to have fun with this painting to see if I could actually do a whole painting and see how it would turn out. I'm not doing light layers first, allowing that to dry and then going over the layers to add depth and texture to the painting worked. So that's what I did. Whenever I was finished with one section, I allowed it to dry. Then I went to the other section, allowed that to dry, and then go back to the other section. So I want to talk a little about why I haven't posted for 3 weeks. I do have footage, but the videos that I worked on previously, they are not released. So I don't want to leak the footage of the videos. I basically have to wait on the artist or the producer to drop the video before I can post my vlog, because I don't want to be leaking anybody's video. So I don't want my fellow subscribers to think that I have abandoned my channel. That's not the case. I just couldn't post the footage that I had, so I decided to just create other content in the meantime. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I've been reading this book called Origin by Dan Brown, and I came across this interesting point that narrated, I believe future generations will look at our current traditions and conclude that we live during an unenlightened time. As evidence, they will point to our beliefs that we were divinely created in a magical garden, or that our omnipotent creator demands that women cover their heads, or that we risk burning our own bodies. But then when you look to the past, I know our ancestors thought that everything they believed and practiced was legit. But studies show that that's not the case. I mean, I was watching a documentary, and I don't remember exactly what the documentary was about, but I know in the documentary they stated that a lot of gods back then, belonging to various religions, they kind of just died out. Like, the people literally got sense and was like, this doesn't make sense, because they had gods for different things, and they realized that most of these gods weren't real, and I guess they just banished these gods from their beliefs or whatever, but the belief died out. And I also been watching this series named Raised by Wolves, and it's about the mystery of the Mitrai religion, and they believe in the sun god's soul. They believe him to be this all-powerful God. Now, there was a religious war that began on earth, putting the Mitrai versus the atheists. And then one of the main characters, Marcus, who was an atheist, and he pretended to be a believer of soul, started hearing a voice in his head which he was convinced was soul. So was it that he burdened his thinking, or was it that soul was real but didn't show itself to him because he didn't have the thought of soul in his head? Because this voice was giving him information that they could not know if it wasn't from like a superior being or anything like that. So all of this was happening in a time where Earth was being destroyed, and two androids, mother and father, were sent to space to birth human kids to save the human race. Now, some believe that the voice was something else that they were hearing that they thought was soul. And the androids and the atheists, of course, think that the existence of soul is madness. So now I go back to the book. Like, in relation to what I just spoke about, is it that we need to broaden our thinking and welcome new information? Because when, like, I know the show isn't real, but those people strongly believe what they believed because it was presented to them. And looking in from the outside, I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, they really believe this. So now when I read that book and I got to that part, I was like, are we really living in an unenlightened time? So are we them? No. You know? And if we are genuinely naive, is that really such a bad thing? I felt like my sky was too bright, so I added a little more darkness to the sky, and I felt like it needed some more stars, so I added some more of that as well, which I think I kind of overdid, but I couldn't undo it, so I just let it stay. I also went over the walls with a really thin layer of a darker shade of the original paint color that I had used before, because I felt like inside of the room was way too bright. Felt like the darkness of the sky did not match the darkness of the room. Inside of the room was way too bright for this dark night sky. And here I'm just cleaning up my painting because nobody wants a dirty painting now. And adding the last final details. I feel like I've been saying I've been adding the last final details every minute. After the whole painting had dried down, I went over it one last time with a black ink pen just to make the lines more precise and neat. I originally wanted to use a gel ink pen, but I didn't have any, so I just worked with what I had. So this is the final look. This is my painting. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Tell me what you think down in the description below. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next.